I'm just walking along, going up and down the road, trying to do like a mile every day, except for when it's really cold, really windy, or rainy. So I'm about halfway done right now. I still have to go up to the corner and back, although I might do a little extra loop today. And I just wanted to show you some more rockhounding. That makes walking the mile pretty interesting. So I reversed the camera on the phone. And I think I did this the other day, but it's like now I can't come out without looking at the rocks. I found so many different kinds, and I found gems like garnets, and I found green sparkly epidote, all in this mess that's along the side of the road. Granite, all kinds of basalt, diabase, diorite, nice. Neighbors' dogs are out. They're gonna go bark, bark, bark when I walk by. I told Mr. Possum that was a good thing because we wanted to keep the mountain lions away, have the big dogs out here barking when I'm walking. That's a good thing. Well, I'm trying not to pick up every rock. I've already picked up a dozen or so today. And the first time I walked up here, the dogs were inside. But now they're outside. It's going to be noisy. But see, it's sunny, so it's like everything is sparkling. And I want to pick up every sparkly rock that I see. I'm trying not to, but so many of them are sparkling. And you wonder why I love my glitter. Because there's so much sparkle in nature. Sadie! Woof woof! Woof woof! She's over there. Pretty white dog. She's just doing her job. And then I think I see something, so I stop. And look at this sparkly rock. Look at that. Look at that. This one's dirty. We've still got sparkle. Got garnets too. Neighbor going by, had to get out of the road. It's a one-lane road in this one-horse town. See, I just picked this up. This is a quartz with a big garnet in it right there or something. Almost looks kind of purplish. I'll have to study that one. I did find another stone already today that was kind of purplish. The neighbor laughs when she goes by because she knows I'm always out here looking at the plants. But right now I'm looking at the stones and the rocks. So this is the end of the road. This is as far as I go before I turn around and go back. And sometimes I'll cross the road and go the other side. Over the winter, the rocks all get pushed to the side of the road. See that green one there? Look at that. I know it's dirty, but it's a beautiful green one. Found so many yellow and orange ones and green ones. Now I'm finding some with some purple. Something over here. Speaking of plants, I wanted to show you. There's a little one here. And this is garlic mustard right here. Or Jack, what do they call it? Jack over the hedge, Jack under the hedge. I'll look that up later. Sometimes it stays green all winter, but it's one of the first things that shoot up in the spring. It's not native, and it gets invasive here. Ooh, here's the patch I wanted to show you. See, getting nice and green now. It's almost April. And if you pull it up and crush the roots, you can smell the garlicky smell. And people do eat it or make sauce out of it or something. Oh, there's a whole bunch here. Down the road. Found a dandelion. Spring can't be far behind. Dandelions that you can eat. Now's the time to pick them before they get the flowers, before the leaves get large. You gotta pick them when the leaves are small and before the flowers bloom. You're gonna eat them. Make some dressing with that garlic mustard. Wild edibles. Never eat anything you don't have an expert identify. Some stuff out there will make you sick. Grass is turning a little green. This is remains of an old stone wall here along the side of the road. You can see it's covered with moss. Here's one of the sitting people. See, look at that. Isn't that pretty? You just walk along and see these beautiful shiny rocks. It's got mica in there. Big chunk of mica. And this is another sparkly one. I love to walk when the sun is shining. Catches all the sparkles on the rocks. On this side of the road in the summer, there's wild grapes and elderberries. Blackberries. The birds and the critters have a feast over here. And it looks like a giant tumble of stuff, but gotta be careful. This is a multifloral rose, and it's got prickers. The leaves are starting to come out. That's also, I think, not native, somewhat invasive, but I do believe the critters eat the rose hips though. So this is the end of the road and the end of the property right there. Mr. Possum's pile of dirt with the blue tarp on it. very quiet down here today. Wow. I thought for a moment there I found a heart-shaped stone. And it is almost. If you look at it from a certain angle, it's got a little bit of a heart shape. And I found this stone, which I don't know what it is, but it's got lots of purple sparkly stuff. I'm going to clean it up. Well, time to head back up, wash off my rocks, practice my keyboard, and then later I'll run the identifier and try to identify some of these. But, oh, I know, I just stopped to pick up something else. These rocks are amazing because, do you see those green stripes going sort of at an angle and across the rock? And they go like all the way through. It's not on the surface. These amaze me. I don't know. Maybe when it was cooling, and it almost has a purple shine to it too. When the stone was cooling, somehow that green epidote cooled in those lines, but they're going all different directions. Don't understand this rock. I have so many. Mr. Possum says that all the rocks in the road are going to be over on our property. I said, nah, look at all the rocks. And more come up from the ground. They need to come and push all these back into the road so I can see what's underneath or dump some new stuff down. But as you can see, I'm starting to notice the plants. Yep, the plants. I'm waiting for my little fern fill heads to start popping up pretty soon. I see some other things. This, I don't know what that is, but it's green. And it's growing, and it's spring. And I don't even want to go in the house. I get my spring fever on. I just want to be so lazy and enjoy the sun. And all things spring. I sound like Olaf, the snowman.
Of summer and sun and all things hot.
He loves the summer and all things hot and warm weather. I love the spring. All the plants start growing. And here's some maple blossoms that have fallen off the tree. And this is poison ivy running up this tree. Leaves on that will be coming out pretty soon. And then a dandelion. Well, thanks for walking along with me. That was yesterday's little walk out in the sunshine, getting my exercise, picking up some more rocks, little TTs here in my lap. And The Dirt Road Diary is still on the table, and I really need to finish up that page that I started when I scanned the brownie, and it came up as a quartz containing iron rock, or the hematoid or hemorrhoid quartz rock. Yeah, I get a good laugh every time I look through one of my journals. And I did want to show you the real hematoid or hematoid quartz rock, because I did find some out on the road. So I thought that was really funny that the brownie actually scanned as a rock that I found out on the road. So I want to finish up that page today. Yeah, the mess is still here, but I did get a little work done. I pasted down that magazine page that had the vintage car, looked a little rusty, and the old-fashioned gas station there. Sorry about the glare. Magazines do that. I put a little bit of washi tape along the edge because I'm gluing 2 pages together. So I glued these 2 together. Yeah, I think even if I glue 2 together, this is still going to wind up very chunky. I'm trying not to make too elaborate of a page for each stone, but trying to keep it kind of flat and just have pictures of the stones, the day, and a little bit of information about it. Whether it's scientific or metaphysical, doesn't matter. So let me show you. All right, get that out of the way. This is my paint set because I'm getting ready to do something. And this is one of them. I'm going to take the picture. All right, I found this one, and it picked it up because it was so rusty. Rusty. And you can still see some of the orange bits in there. Right there. I scrubbed it off really hard. But it's still rusty. And this did come up as quartz with all the iron in it. And this one has dark red in it. And it's really hard to see, it's so dark. But it's quartz with a lot of iron in there. And then this little one. Now, if you can find like a clear quartz with the iron in it, they tumble it, make these really beautiful stones, and you can see the veins of iron going through. These quartz, I don't know, they just have so much iron in them that they're like solid, deep red. And like I said, this one is just rusty. So much iron in there. So these are hematoid, or quartz with lots of iron in it. So that's why I'm doing this sort of old-fashioned rusty car page. And I was looking at what else I could put on there. Let me move this stuff out of the way here for a second. And I found this piece of, I guess this was a gel plate print. It had some gears on it. And I said, well, that would go good. And I took a piece of it. You can see the difference there. I distressed this with my Distress Oxide Vintage Photo. And I thought I'd put one across the bottom and one across the top. Like that. And then I was like, oh, you know what? Rusty gears would be awesome. So I went down to the magical basement and pulled these out. And these were gifted to me. Beautiful die cuts. I believe, who sent me these? Rhonda? Oh, Kitty's in my chair. And I'm going to put these on here somehow. But they've got to be painted in first. And I've got to take a picture of the rocks. And what else? What did I write on the other page? Well, there's a little information on this page here. hematoid quartz. So I got out my really big watercolor set, and there's some brown on here. Maybe I could just use what's on the lid. I had 2 jars of water on the table. There's like no room for anything, and I have like 2 jars of water on the table. You don't need 2 jars of water on the table. All right, these are probably just cardstock, but I'm going to paint them anyway. So I'm reaching over for a brush. I don't want to use my brand new brush here. I'll use this one. I save my brand new brush for when I'm actually painting watercolor pictures. So I'm just wetting up this paint that's on the lid, because I think those kind of look like rusty colors right there. And get some of that orange in there. Maybe I'll put a little gold on it too. That might be kind of cool. Make it look metallic-y. Just mixing up all these colors. I'm grabbing the orange, grabbing the brown. Like that. I'll probably put one at the top and one at the bottom. Do I want that darker? Okay, I'm going to dry these up. Okay, this is Pale Gold Dry Gouache by Schmecky. And I just sprayed some water in here because it will reconstitute. Pick some of that up and just give the gears a little bit of a metallic look. Oops, my bird clock. It's the American robin. That's the sign of spring in New England. It's the return of the American robin. Okay, gonna dry those. Let me see if I can get the edges a little darker. I don't know, I think I want them browner. Darker, darker, darker. I'm going to put some more color in those. Look how, look how nice this background paper came out with all that painting on there. Wouldn't that be a nice grungy page and something? I'm going to stick that with my scraps. Right over there. Okay, now let's get this glued into the book. Oh, I didn't print out the pictures yet. All right, do that in a second. I thought maybe having these hang off a little bit, like that. And I just went back and I put a little more color on there oops, on my hands. Where's the other one? A little bit more color. Just make them a little darker. Where am I going to write? Oh, I could write on that paper there. All right, I'm going to glue these down. And this is like, I don't know, sketchbook paper or something, so I'm going to use the glue stick. But I might have to use the tacky glue on the gears, because those are more like cardstock. I hope you're working on your learning journal or your trashy journal or your junk journal or your glue books. Although the weather's getting nice now. Everybody wants to spend more time outside. I could move to the picnic bench now that the dead tree has been taken down, and Mr. Possum won't have to worry about branches falling on my head. Okay, start with the glue stick. Okay, now I can't get Olaf out of my head. I just love that part. Well, if you don't know who Olaf is, then you haven't watched the Disney movie Frozen. Come on, glue. Okay, now we'll let this dry for a minute and I'll go get my little Canon Ivy mini printer. Well, I think that's about all I want to put on the page. Day 13, iron containing quartz. I love the way the gears look. Thank you so much. Got my rusty rocks. And I wrote hematoid quartz down there. Hematoid probably. And I'm probably not going to do anything else on that page. But this was an interesting spread. Ready to move on for many more rocks that I have found with fun stories. And you may be wondering what Mr. Stanley's been up to lately, right? Well, he's kind of decided that this very large box of rocks, and I keep moving them and organizing them and putting labels on them, you know, and he's kind of like, well, you know what? I just want a little box of little tiny rocks all my own, like a little tiny treasure chest of the smallest rocks that I can play with. And I'm trying to find him the smallest rocks. He's been looking too. He has a better eye than I do. It has to be very small, but yet contain the characteristics of the kind of rock that it is. And this is quartz or something with little tiny crushed garnets in it. So all the rocks have to be like an inch or smaller. So here's a piece of nice wood stripes and some more quartz and a tiny green one. Yeah, so this is what Stanley's into these days. He's looking for tiny treasures. Tiny, tiny treasures. That's probably a diorite right there. Just his size. Look at that. So he's really happy with that. And in case you were wondering, there is not enough iron in these to attract a magnet, even though they looked very, very red and very orangey and very rusty. I tried the strongest magnet I have and it didn't stick. So Stanley has his little box of tiny treasures that he can keep for himself. I'm just going to set him over there. He's very happy with that. He just likes to take them out and look at them. So, you know, you can organize your rocks any way you want. Or you can not organize them and just have them on display. I have so many rocks, I don't know what they are. Hopefully this rock app identifier will help me with that. Hematoid quartz. I have a lot of quartz. Is it? Yeah, I have a lot of quartz in this box, so we're going to stick it in here so we know what that is. All right, so we got quartz, 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 quartz. So this is one box. So far I have 3 boxes that are almost full with rocks. They're getting very heavy, but not many journaled about yet and not many identified. But I am getting there. This is my metaphysical attributes sheet. And Crystallized Guide did not have one on hematoid quartz, iron-containing quartz. But I did find out that it is a grounding stone, which makes sense to me with all the iron in it. So you can just collect your rocks because you enjoy them, or you can start organizing them. Stanley, I'm finding your little rocks everywhere. But that's a nice piece of white quartz right there. And a little piece of green, looks like serpentine or something. And I'll put that in Stanley's little box. So he's happy with that. So he can just play with his rocks. No problem. Alright, so thanks for coming along today. Day 13, iron-containing quartz, which is the real rock that, yeah, I scanned the brownie and this is what it came up as. And then I went and I found some of these on the road, so very happy with all that. So thanks for coming along, taking a little walk with me, doing a little rock hounding with me, and a little journaling. Bye-bye now.